Okay, so we are now in the winner bracket final with Frozen Potatoes versus Celestial Gaming. Frozen Potatoes has the left side and Celestial Gaming has the right side, purple side. And we're ready with the first ban, which is Yasuo. So Yasuo was banned against Celestial Gaming. They haven't really played him too much in previous tournaments. For his tournament, they haven't played him at all. And not sure if it's because of the bans or if it is just like they just wouldn't want it. Sort of my English. Also, there's very much time going through this, what they are going to ban and stuff. It seems like we might have a bug here. So for some reason 2 champions is banned for the blue team. And that's the third one. So Alistar is also banned, and that is banned against Celestial Gaming because Celestial Gaming, they have played Alistar in all their games throughout the tournament already. And first they played Alistar in the top lane, where they did very well with him, playing a legendary game. Also the other 2 games they played with him as a support. So that is a really good ban versus them. And it seems like these bans here, they are just reversed for some reason, like the highlight thing up on the player slots, and that one is reversed for some reason, but should have nothing to say. Also Maokai and Morgana, and both of them is banned against Flying Potatoes. This is or the Morgana pick, that one I understand because Drain has played very well with Morgana throughout the tournament. And it seems like we only have 5 bans for some reason. It might be a bug, or that is intentional. But it doesn't really seem like anyone has anything to say about it, so whatever. At least giving AMR the ghost that Tristana, that is not really a good idea, because he has played so well with Tristana this tournament. And the first game he played Tristana was versus eBay, and that game he had 13 for 12. Also in a later game he has another Tristana game with 13-3-9. So that is a very good pick for him, and I think Flying Potatoes is very happy to get it for him. Also for Buffen and CG Jubel, they have picked up, I think it's a mid laner and a jungle. I don't know, because Buffen, he have played Lulu before this tournament when he played against Dan United EU West, and there he went 10-1-7. So that one was huge. I watched a replay. I didn't really stream it because I was busy streaming another game. Also the same game they had 11-1-7 Illusion. So I might think it's Illusion coming in to join in Hatrix. No, not Hatrix, to join in Adolf Glitter in the bot lane. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so this is interesting. We have Big D kicking and CG hat-tricks, both going for ADCs. I think Wayne is either going top or middle. At least Lucian, he will go bot lane. Big D kicking, he is the ADC of their team, and he have played very good with Lucian earlier. So what did just happen? I don't know, it seems like we had something going wrong in team select, and we'll be back very soon. Okay, so we are back again, and that one was not supposed to happen. It seemed like Big D kicking had some problem going to pick Nami, and yeah, so they had to remake and start all over, and hopefully get it working now. But we'll see. So just getting away all the bans and everything, and we are good. So by just getting this away, and there's only a couple of picks left before we are into the game. So it is not unforeseen that some of these kind of fails happen throughout the tournament, because there is kind of a lot of matches and something has to go wrong in some of them. At least now we're back to the point where it was earlier, and it now seems like Nami works to pick. So that is nice. So what will Dark Magic and Bloomgame pick up? That is the next question, revolving around this pick. Because now we have to like see very carefully what is to happen. It seems like they want an Italy. I don't think it's too good against the comps they have under, because Buffen, he has all the shields and the ultimate from Lulu, which may save his teammates from the spears of Nidalee. But Nidalee is more a bruiser now than like this caster mage, so yeah. Seems like Dark Magic is going for Orianna, and Bloom again goes for Nidalee. So that is probably how it is, and the whole team for the blue team, the Flying Potatoes, they have picked their whole comp right now. And I can honestly say I have never seen Flying Potatoes play Nidalee before, But Nearly is... No, but Bloom the player of Nearly, he is not like this fixed place in the top lane of Flying Potatoes. He's just a step in for this whole tournament. When Nightcrawler is gone, he cannot play this game, and I would actually be impressed if they can pick up a win in this tournament without having their perfect lineup. Also on the other side of the screen you can see Celestial Gaming picking up Boffin. Boffin's Irelia. So Irelia versus Nilby, that will be the top lane, and I'm interested in seeing how that will go. I think Boffin will have the edge if he just can get into the range. But if Bloom keeps being like the in the range form, the human form, she will probably be ahead. But I don't know. These are teams. For the blue side, we have in the top lane Bloom on Nearly. In the jungle, we have Revsalt on Vi. Mid lane, we have Dark Magic on Orianna. On the bot lane, we have AMR the Ghosts on Tristana, joined by Drain and his Braum. Also for the other team, the Celestial Gaming. Boffin on top lane with Irelia, supported by CG Yubel with Elysian in the jungle, CG Hatrix in the middle. On the bottom lane we have Big D Kicken, supported by Adolf Glitter with Lucian and Nami. So these are teams. We'll be back in 3 minutes and we'll see you then. Peace out. Okay, so we are in this game with Flying Potatoes versus Celestial Gaming. So it seems like Celestial Gaming is going for the red buff, or at least trying to do an invade onto Flying Potatoes, but Flying Potatoes are pushed back, and that is some deep wards coming in onto the red buff. Also Oriana up here on the top side, not really in the range to do anything or to be done anything against. Getting the vision in the bush there with the ball. It is nice.
Is that a rocket in your pocket?
So we can see CG Jubel and Boffin going up towards the red buff of their own. Which means they just went in to get like this deep ward and get a timer of the enemies.
Is that a rocket in your pocket?
So I'm impressed. Revsalt didn't really go for the blue buff, but they rather just stay here and give away the timer. If not, that ward just went out, so they didn't really get timer at all. But that is Amar the Ghost and Elf Glitter running straight into the big DK and Elf Glitter lane. That is not something Flying Potatoes want. They just burned through the whole health pool of Amar the Ghost, and he had to back, and he will probably come back 1 or 2 levels behind. That is not good for him. Also on top here we have Boffin and Bloom again, staying here against each other. Sorry, I can't speak today. So up here, as I said, Bloom again will probably have the edge as long as he can keep Boffin away from him. If he really just gets to stand on top of people, they are mostly just screwed. Also, that is more damage going on to Amar the Ghost. So if Glitter can put down like one of these beautiful bubbles, they can probably just kill off Amar Ghost. Although he didn't use any flashes or heals, so it will be good for at least a while. Also Drain and Glitter, they're standing here fighting each other, but Glitter have much more sustain than this Drain has, and they will have to pay for that. Also Vi coming in from the side, Hatrix and Jubel standing here as well. That is a nice fight coming in. Also Revsalt, he's the one getting jumped on. Dark Magic, you don't have any mana, gets away from there. Because now CG Jubel is jumping in. That's the first blood. CG Hatrix picking up the second kill of the game, and that is Boffin going down in the return kill in the top lane. So that is 3 kills in a very rapid succession, but that gives the edge over to Celestial Gaming with 2 kills they get. But it was very close that it was 2 for 2. But the gold swing is already 1.1k, which is kind of a lot when you're so early in the game, and on the right players, that is not something you really want. So standing here in bottom lane. They are trying to farm, and it seems like the farm of Lucian is getting very much faster up than the opposition, because it is now 15 to 34. Amar the Ghost is just pushed so far back, he can't really do too much. And Bloom again, you just got jumped, but Boffin doesn't have his full combo yet, so he couldn't do too much, and he was probably just jumping in a little bit scared of this Revsalt coming in here from the side as well. Boffin, you are not in a good spot, except for Jubel is here as well. But Boffin is taking a lot of damage from Bloom again. But he is straight in the middle of Jubel, and that's the kill coming up from Bloom again. Also Revsalt and Jubel, they are standing here taking so much damage. Also that ball just came in and saved his ass. Also, Kicken and Owl of Glitter, they are pushing so far up onto this turret. That actually is very good for the Ghost, because he now can farm freely onto the turret, or at least get the XP. And they can't really push him off too far, too much further back. And he gets a couple of kills, minion kills right now. So that fight on the top, that actually brought more kills onto the table for the blue team, so they are in the lead in terms of kills. Although for gold it is kind of another story, because it's 600 gold still in the other way. Vi is here coming in from the side as well. She's not spotted by any wards yet, and there is no wards here to spot her when she comes down, but they're too far behind to actually do anything about it. And Glitter, it seems like he's the one getting attacked. And that is a nice bubble onto both of them, but Drain has all, or he tanks up all the damage with shields and everything. But he is not in a good spot if they can catch on to him. So a failed gank for Revsalt that actually just pushed this lane further back, because they are now lower and has to back. So not good for them. Although they haven't really got any huge lead on the bottom lane except for minions, and that is kind of a huge lead in minions, but they haven't really got any kills or such, but they will need it if they continue being 40 minions up, and the dragon is going down very quickly as well. It's now below half health. The other team doesn't really know they are near it yet, so Celestial Gaming is coming very far up when it comes to the gold count. It is now almost 2k between them, and the minion score, it is just still increasing for all lanes. In top lane we have a little swing backwards, but in mid lane and on the bottom lane ADC we have 62-63 minions, as opposed to 30 or 40. Also Dark Magic and Hatrix, they are standing here taking a lot of damage from each other, but now Dark Magic doesn't have any mana. Also we have Revsalt here running straight through the bush. He probably just wanted to make sure there was no one there to stop him and taking out the ward. But now Celestial Gaming know there is a pink ward there, and I think Yubel will just go down and clear it out right now. Also Boffin, he's taking quite some damage from Bloom again, and we have pause. I don't know the cause of the pause, but it is here. And I will have to check the chat. Okay, so it seems like the mid laner of CG Yubel has got a bug splat, and he will need to reconnect very soon. The reason I go into like this view over here is mostly just for the teams not to look at the scoreboard and everything. The only thing they can look at, that is the ward placements, and I'm kind of sorry for that being up here. I should really make another screen with like the map out, but whatever. If we're ready, we'll start off, and I will go out of this chat, and we are good. So that is the game starting off again with a very minor pause, and it seems like it fixed itself at once. Also Buffin, he's probably hit by a spear very soon, but nope. Bloom again just wants his turret. He doesn't even want the Irelia to stay there. So Yubel and Hatrix, they both has blue buff, and that is very nice though. And the purple team's turret goes down. That is actually one turret in the favor of Flying Potatoes, but they're still almost one, or they are accurately 1k behind Celestial Gaming in terms of gold, that is. Also this bottom turret is going down very fast with the huge minion wave they have, and we need Tristana to just push it out as quick as they can, because the turret is always taking hits and is down to 600-700 health already. We have a couple of wards around here, and if you see here, we have kind of a dominating like vision war going on for Celestial Gaming, because they have so much more vision shown here. Also, out of Glitter is coming here from the side, just throwing down another ward, just like dispelling whatever Drain did. And that is more damage going over to Glitter, and Revsalt is coming in from the side as well. And that is a nice wave though, and Revsalt, you are really spotted out by more of the wards, and we are back down in the lane, you just see. So people know of like the wards and stuff. If we look at the mid lane here, we have both Revsalt, Again, and Dark Magic in the mid lane. They're all trying to do anything against Hatrix, but the Hatrix gets knocked up using his ultimate. Now there's a nice shockwave coming in, and Hatrix is downed. Although Glitter is now jumped on, and they're giving so much damage over to Kicken. I don't know if they can do too much more about it. That is a nice stun going over, and Elf Glitter is now the one focused down here with nice stuns. So that is very well played to them. And it seems like they have really got some speed in their game, and Flying Potato is pushing down mid lane now. Dark Magic, Revsalt, and Again, they are all kind of a strong team when it comes to complementing each other's skill sets. So this Nidalee, she's healing his memory, while Orianna is mostly just like defending, and Revsalt, he's just tanky as it is. Has to jump away with his Q, but now Again coming in with a lot of damage. Jubal, he gets his Q onto Again, and that's a jump in straight through the whole team. And that is 2 kills going down. Dark Magic as well, getting very low. Gets juked the CG Jubal Q. But that is some nice damage going on the turret. It's only 393 health left. That is a lot more chipped away than the opposition. Same story in the bottom lane, just in favor of another team. Here we have kind of no damage gone over here, and a lot here. So Big D Kicking, he's doing so much damage onto AMR the Ghost. But Drain tanks up a few spells with his shield, and not really too much is going to happen. Revsalt, he is down there using his red buff in his favor, just getting down minions with that. Also the Q slowing down Big D Kicking, I think that was nice. Also trying to get into range, getting Kicking, that is a nice poke. And that is exactly what they want if they want to jump in. That you can see the jungler here getting spotted out by the ward. Also Rebuff going over to Revsalt himself, not giving the order to his ADC, and probably afraid of losing it, and he don't want to fall behind when it comes to experience in the jungle. So we have minor issues with lag, where we just skip some frames, but I don't know why it happens and if there's a fix. I think it's just my internet down speed, which is kind of low. That doesn't really do too much, because now you can see Revsalt jumping in onto Glitter with a nice knockup from Braum. That was just so fast and so well executed. They didn't really lose anyone, and they took him down without losing too much health. Only Revsalt, but he came in with half health already. So well played with them, and that is a nice poke going out from AMR the Ghost. Uchiha Drain, he is coming in here to support very well, using his support items to the fullest, just giving over gold to AMR the Ghost. The dragon is live, so I will suppose we'll see some dragon action very soon. You can see both Lee Sin and Vi is coming down towards the bottom side of the map. Although it doesn't really seem like Vi is too fixed on that goal, because she's going for blue, and it seems like Oriana wants it as well. But doesn't really do too much because Jubel is near going for it. So we have like all these huge spikes with a lot of things happening at one time, like every lane just breaking out in huge fights. And then we have these kind of moments where it's only like farming and not much happening. But I was wrong. People are trying to initiate and poke very hard right now, because they just want everyone low for the fights around Dragon coming in very soon. Also now Bloomingen wants Aurelia to get low, so they can come down and help his team with a teleport. So Bloomingen jumping over the wall onto Boffin. Boffin actually used his stun onto a minion, so that is not something he wants. But there is 4 people here for the Celestial Gaming team, and Dragon is going down fairly quickly, but Dark Magic, he gets the slow, and he is now in a very bad spot because Baby kicked him. He just used his full combo like 2 or 3 times. Also, that is a nice kick through the whole team, and a nice teleport in onto everything, and that is Aurelia coming in with everything. So that is 4 kills coming in from the Celestial Gaming. That is not really a spot that Flying Potatoes want to be in. And now there's another dragon going over, so it is only AMR Ghost alive, and he has 3 kills. So still a flawless game, if you can call it that, when they're so far behind. It's flawless in the case of stats at least. But this dragon is gone, and it's gone over to the purple team, the Celestial Gaming. So the skill level of these teams, it is kind of like a huge difference, because Celestial Gaming, they are a challenger team, and they have very high ranking and everything. But this Drain and his team, the Flying Potatoes, they're only like middle diamond ranking, but individual you can see players are very good. Take for example Bloomingen on the top here. He has so much power for himself, but when it comes to team play, he is so far behind. And now Bloomingen, he gets knocked back, but that kick didn't really do too much except for getting Boffin close. But I think he might be able to leave, and it seems like it, because for some reason the Elysian on Jubel and Boffin, they just backed off. Probably scared for something to happen, but yeah. And didn't have the vision over the Vi. And so if I'm knocking my microphone away. Also, when you look at the kill score now, it's 7-8. It is so close still, like when it comes to kills. But goal lead tells kind of a different story with a 3k goal lead. Also, that is a nice jump in and a nice glacial fissure. Also, only 1 hit coming in here from the side. Also, Revsol went very low from Big D kicking. He has so much power going on. Also, that is a huge damage going on to both of these mid laners. With a shockwave, I think Oriana might have just killed Hatrix, but they both have their ultimate, and they complement each other, if that is a word. So Uchiha Drain is the only one down here right now. His teammates is coming out of support very soon. Also buffing and blooming again. Now you see buffing actually doing so much damage onto blooming again. Also this CG Jubel is coming in from the side, but I don't know if they can do anything to him because Nidalee is so quick when it comes to bushes. And the 3 bushes in the top lane, it really helps him just get away with a great speed. So Repsol picking up another red buff for himself, not giving it over to Amart Ghost. I don't know if Amart don't want him because he's scared to die or something, or that he just won't get it. At least there is nothing really they want to contest on both sides right now. I think all is just waiting for a late game and the time where team fights can swing the game. Also Drain here, he used a nice Q back onto Hatrix and doing some damage, not too much, but it helps keeping his health low as he already is only half health. Adolf Litter is coming from the side and that turret is so low. Only a couple of hits and it's gone. Like that. So that means turret count is now 2 to 1. So not many turrets has gone down. But it is enough to swing gold from it. That and dragons, that is the main cause of gold swing. Overall, like minion count is something like 40 minions in the favor of the Celestial Gaming, which is something I did expect. Mostly because of the ADC and Nidalee of Celestial Gaming being kind of a higher skill level. But here on the top you can actually see Nidalee being dominating. So Bloom again is truly a good step in for Nightcrawl, for Flying Potatoes, and they have played very good with him. Although he is kind of isolated on top, and despite that, he really has gotten very much help. So if Repsol has just been up there 3 or 4 times, I think he should have gotten the secondary turret as well by now. That is just what I think. Also this turret here, it is not healthy. 183, that is basically 2 basic attacks from any ADC. Also that is some good damage coming out from bottom, but that ultimate dealing damage as well. Going over to human form, probably just healing at 3-4 times and he will be back to full health. And immediately that is. And CG Jubel, you are just clearing up the Dragon Pit and it's only 8 seconds until it's back. So this dragon is the next thing to contest, and I think that Jubel and his team will get it out. They got it. So that is a nice movement, and that actually brings the gold count on 6k, which is kind of a lot. And as I said, Nidalee with just some heals and she'll be back to full. And so that is one of the few places Nidalee actually outscale or has the competition to Irelia, and that is like the spot where she can just sustain everything throughout the fights, because if they have a fight and no one dies, give it something like 20 to 30 seconds and Nidalee will ultimately be at a higher health level again. Broom is here. Indeed. He's standing there doing a very good job defending his teammates. Also in the bottom lane we had the Braum and his ADC Amar the Ghost. Amar the Ghost hasn't died a single time yet. Same with Braum, he has only 1 death. So they did very well when actually looking at how far they were behind. And that is Hatrix, very well played. He was just collapsed on by 3 or 4 members of Flying Potato, and only does his 2 ultimate and flash out and he's good. So this QE combos from QW combos from Lee Sin, they're kind of fun, just like jumping in and people are like no, actually just jumping onto his teammates. So the war continues. Amar goes picking up, I think it is the first red buff he has had, like except for if he got it from kills. Backing off, getting some items, I think. So we has 2,000 gold on the Neely in top lane, and she has not yet backed off. Same with Irelia, she has 1,600, but now you can see Elf Glitter coming in from inside. Bloomingen, you're not in a good spot right now, and with the bubble, you are knocked up, and Yubel gets slow on you. And just jump over here, Yubel, why no W? I think they might have gotten the kill if they actually went for it. Also, that is so close for Big D kicking to go down. He had probably like 30 health and he still got away. So Revsalt and Dark Magic picking up that blue buff, giving it over to Dark Magic as he needed it on Orianna. Also this mid lane, they have no turret to fall back to right here, and that is very bad communication because now Drain used his ultimate without everything else, but now Hatrix, you're gonna know at AMR the Ghost, he is now on the rampage because he hasn't died yet, and Alof Glitter, you are still here on the side, but now Yubel jumps in onto the Ghost, but Ghost got so much heals and shields that he was almost like a tank. I think it was focused by either 3 or 4 members of the purple team and still didn't go down. So that tells me a lot of how good his team can defend and help with like all heals and spells and defending and stuff. Now you can see Boffin just jumping onto Dark Magic. Dark Magic just went down, and that is the first death of AMR the Ghost. Boffin went down although. And also Big D Kicken is standing here as well. Glitter is slowed down, but I don't think anyone will go for him because Big D Kicken, he is a beast and no one wants to mess with him right now. So that brings the count of kills to 10-10. That is equal, but the same as turrets. But the gold count, it is 4,000 gold in the favor of Celestial Gaming. That is mostly only because of the dragon. But as well, if you look at the ADC's farm score, it is 30 or 40 minions. Also Big D Kicking, he is standing there dealing so much damage onto the teams, and that is Braum going down with Baron just continuing doing damage, but they can't really do too much because it is down already. And now Vi went down as well. Dark Magic, you are not in a good spot because now you are dead as well. So Bloom again and AMR Ghost, you really have to just get away and let it go. Because that is not the fight they want. It's now 11 to 13 kills and 7k gold lead. They just increased it by almost 2k, which is immense when it comes to that. Also Yubel picking up some minions in bottom lane. He has gotten his Banshee's Veil, which is kind of good because there's a lot of spells and CC coming in from the Flying Potato team, and I think we will be seeing more of them. So Drain is in a bad spot, just getting knocked around and just played with by the Celestial Gaming team. So Bloomingen, you are taking so much damage from Buffett. Also, Buffin was staying in the bush there, and he just didn't get seen by AMR the Ghost, so they couldn't engage onto him. As a wise ADC, AMR is probably just not jumping into a bush with any rally in it. Also, there's more shields going on to Repsol, and there's a shockwave coming in, but that shockwave you couldn't really see any damage going on to Jubal because of the huge Lulu ultimate helping him out, and just the general tankiness of this Lee Sin. He has so much armor, and the Banshee's Veil probably helped him out a lot. So that is the first inhibitor going down this game, and I doubt that it will be the first for them. Not the last, sorry. Yeah, I doubt it will be the first, and it just was. What the fuck? So I'm getting my words sword straight out, and that is probably top lane. Just focus down on. I think this Nidalee can do too much herself, and they will be onto the turret before assisting arrives. Turret is as good as down. It's just one more small combo from Lucian coming in. Also Blooming, he is doing damage, but couldn't really see too much because there are heals from Nami all the way. Also, this Lucian is doing kind of a lot of damage, but he just realized, nope, this bomb will just take up all the damage and nothing else will happen. Also, there's a turret going down and Buffin on the side here, coming in with all the damage. He's just jumping straight onto Braum. So that is like the focus you want. Focus the Braum at the end of the team, why not? When you're so far ahead, we're 13, almost 14k gold ahead. Also with super minions running into the base here. Down here we have a huge wave going onto the turret that probably just do some damage. Up here we have a fight still, and Bloomingen is trying to do damage, but he is getting so low very fast. Also Buffin, he's just doing so much damage with the snipe from Jubal and his Q. So more minions just getting taken down, so super minions will be faster and deployed into the base of Flying Potatoes. This game, it doesn't really seem very good for Flying Potatoes. They are so far behind us. They're 15k. Exactly 15k. With 4 turrets down, 1 inhibitor, and a lot of dragons and barons. So one positive thing for them at least is that AMR Ghost has just reached the same amount of minions as Lucian had, which is nice, I guess. So AMR Ghost, he do get the red buff for himself. Now Revsalt and AMR the Ghost has a red buff. They probably got it from killing one of the enemies, but they haven't killed anyone in quite a long time. I think they just stole it. So Adolf Gitter here is just down here throwing all these bubbles and everything out. So Uchi Drain, you're standing on the wrong side of the wall if you want to survive. And if you get collapsed by the whole team, you are dead straight on. Also that is a flash burn. Very weird because there are 5 people down here. 2 inhibitors are already down. Will they just go for taking down everything from Flying Potato Space and just humiliating them? It seems like that is the goal, because now they have to be 5 people down here to defend, but they can only be 3, maximum 4, but that is not for a long time because they don't really have anyone very good clear, and that is Buffin jumping in, Orchard Drain going down very quickly. Also Levi jumping in, doing not really too much. Bloom again is getting down as well, so that is triple kill for Buffin. Buffin can't really do anything against AMR because he can just jump back, but he is down to Illusion very quickly. And this is truly the game, because now every turret and every inhibitor know that the middle inhibitor just came up. Didn't want it. What the hell? And there's a nice teleport. GG, and Celestial Gaming picking up the win. Getting themselves straight into the final, and they will only have to win one game there. And so in a few minutes we'll try to go over to the loser bracket final, and we will see how that is.